Hello, everyone! Welcome back to the Daily English Dialogues YouTube channel. I am your host, Anna.
And I am Mark. Hello, everybody. We are so happy to see you here again.
How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Anna. I am excited about today's topic. It is a very important topic for everyone.
Yes, it is. Today, we are going to talk about jobs. We will talk about how to answer interview questions and useful phrases for the workplace.
This is great for anyone who is looking for a new job or for anyone who wants to learn business English.
Exactly. We will speak slowly and clearly. If you hear a difficult word, do not worry. We will explain it. Are you ready, Mark?
I am ready. Let's start.
So, Mark, we know the first question is, what do you do? But often people ask a second question immediately after. They ask, who do you work for?
Yes, that is very common. Who do you work for means what is the name of your company?
Exactly. You answer with the name. For example, I work for Google, or I work for Samsung.
Be careful with the preposition. We say work for a company, but we say work in a city or a country. So I can say I work for Microsoft in New York.
That is a great tip. Sometimes people don't want to say the company name. Maybe the company is small and nobody knows it. What do they say then?
Then they can describe the type of company. They can say, I work for a small software company, or I work for a big bank.
Okay, now imagine I tell you my job title. I say, I am a project manager, but you don't know what a project manager actually does. How do you ask for more details?
I would ask, what does that involve? Or what are your responsibilities?
What does that involve is a great phrase. It means, what do you do every day? Mark, let's pretend you are a waiter. I ask you, you are a waiter? What does that involve?
I would say, well, I serve food to customers, I take orders, and I clean the tables. Notice I use simple action verbs, serve, take, clean.
Simple is best. If you work in an office, you might say, I answer emails, I attend meetings, or I write reports.
Anna, there's another phrase we hear a lot these days. I'm self-employed.
Oh yes, self-employed means you do not have a boss. You are your own boss.
You might also hear the word freelancer. A freelancer is someone who works for different clients, not just one company. Designers and writers are often freelancers.
So if I ask, who do you work for? A freelancer says, I work for myself.
That is the best answer. Now let's talk about where we work. Since 2020, this has changed a lot.
Yes, many people now work from home. We sometimes call this remote work.
Remote means far away, so you are working far away from the office. Anna, do you prefer working in an office or working remotely?
I like a mix. We call that hybrid. Hybrid means sometimes I go to the office and sometimes I stay home.
That is the best of both worlds. Okay, one last question for this part. How do we ask if someone likes their job?
You can simply ask, do you like your job? But if you want to know how it feels, you can ask, how do you find your job?
How do you find it? This does not mean where is it. It means what is your opinion of it?
Right, and you can answer with adjectives. You can say, it is challenging. Challenging means it is difficult, but in a good way. It makes you learn.
Or you can say it is rewarding. Rewarding means it makes you feel good. Doctors often have rewarding jobs because they help people.
Or if you are unhappy, you might say, it is stressful, or it is boring.
Hopefully, your job is rewarding and not boring.
So let's review the questions from this section. What do you do? Who do you work for? What does that involve? Do you work remotely or in the office?
Perfect. Now you can have a full conversation about your career. Well, the first step is job hunting. This simply means looking for a job.
Yes, when you hunt, you look for something. So job hunting is the search. Where do you look for jobs, Mark?
I usually look online. I look at job boards or websites like LinkedIn or Indeed. But Anna, looking online is not the only way.
That is true. Many people find jobs through networking. Networking is a very useful word. It means talking to people you know, friends, old classmates, or former colleagues.
Yes, you tell your friends, I'm looking for a job. Maybe your friend knows a manager who is hiring. If your friend helps you get a job, we call this a referral.
A referral is when someone inside the company recommends you. Companies love referrals because they trust their employees. So don't be shy. Tell your friends you're hunting.
Now let's go back to looking online. When you see a job, you read the job description. Inside the description, there are two types of skills, hard skills and soft skills.
Oh, this is important. What is the difference, Mark?
Hard skills are technical. They are things you learn in school or training. For example, speaking Spanish, driving a truck, or using Excel. You can test these skills easily.
Okay, and soft skills?
Soft skills are about your personality. They are how you work with people. For example, teamwork, communication, problem solving, or time management.
Exactly. Most job descriptions ask for both. They might say required Python programming, hard skill, and a positive attitude, soft skill.
You mentioned the word required. Usually a job listing has a section called requirements or qualifications. This is a list of things you must have.
Yes, it might say bachelor's degree required or 3 years of experience required. If you do not have these things, it is harder to get the job.
But sometimes they list desirable or preferred skills. If it says French is preferred, it means it is good if you speak French, but not necessary. You can still apply if you don't speak French.
That is good to know. Now, how do we know if the job is for a beginner or a boss?
You have to look at the level. If you are just starting your career, look for entry level. Entry level means for beginners. Usually you don't need much experience.
And if you have 5 or 10 years of experience, you look for senior roles, like senior manager or senior engineer.
Okay, so you found an entry-level job, you have the hard skills and the soft skills. Now you need to apply. Usually you click a button that says Apply Now. Then you have to fill out a form.
You fill out means to write your information in the empty boxes, name, address, phone number. Then you have to upload or attach your documents.
You need a CV or a resume and a cover letter.
Exactly. In the US, they usually say resume. In the UK and Europe, they often say CV. It's a document with your history, your education, and your skills.
And the cover letter is a letter where you introduce yourself. You explain why you are perfect for the job.
Finally, you click Submit. Submit means to send. Once you submit, you cannot change it.
And then you wait. Sometimes you get a rejection email. It says, thank you, but no. But if you're lucky, you get an email that says, we would like to schedule an interview.
And that's when the real fun begins. So the key words here are networking, referral, hard skills, soft skills, entry level, and submit.
I think we are ready to move to the interview part.
Let's do a role play. I will be the interviewer. I am the boss.
Okay, and I will be the candidate. The candidate is the person looking for the job.
Are you ready, Anna?
I am ready.
Good morning, Anna. Thank you for coming in today. Please sit down.
Good morning, Mark. Thank you for having me.
So, Anna, I have your resume here. It looks very good. Let's start with the first question. Tell me about yourself.
Pause. This is the most common first question. Tell me about yourself. Mark, what should I say? Should I talk about my cats and my favorite food?
No. When an interviewer asks, tell me about yourself, they want to know about your professional life. They want to know your history and your skills. Keep it professional.
Okay, let me try again.
Tell me about yourself, Anna.
Well, I have been a marketing specialist for 5 years. I graduated from university in 2018. I enjoy creating content and helping brands grow. Currently, I am looking for a new challenge in a bigger company.
That was perfect. She talked about her experience, 5 years, her education,
graduated in 2018, and why she is here, looking for a new challenge.
Looking for a new challenge is a very positive phrase. It sounds better than I hate my old boss.
Yes, never speak badly about your old boss. Always be positive. Okay, next question. Anna, what are your strengths?
A strength is something you are good at. It is your power.
Correct. So, Anna, what are your strengths?
I think my main strength is communication. I am very good at talking to clients and understanding what they need. Also, I am very organized. I never miss a deadline.
Excellent. She gave an example. She didn't just say, I am good. She said why. She is organized and meets deadlines.
A deadline is the time when you must finish your work. If the project is due on Friday, Friday is the deadline.
Okay, now the hard question. Anna, what are your weaknesses?
Oh, I hate this question. A weakness is something you are not good at, but I cannot say, I am lazy, right?
Definitely not. Do not say, I am lazy or I am always late. You need to choose a weakness that you are trying to fix. A real weakness, but one you are improving.
Okay, let me try. Well, sometimes I focus too much on small details. I can be a perfectionist. However, I am learning to trust my team more and focus on the big picture.
That is a good answer. Being a perfectionist, wanting everything perfect, can be bad because it takes too much time. But she said she is learning to fix it.
So the formula is say the weakness plus say how you are fixing it.
Exactly. Okay, final interview question. Anna, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
This question asks about my future goals. Anna, as candidate, in 5 years, I hope to be a senior manager. I want to lead a team and help the company expand into new markets.
Very ambitious. Ambitious means you want to succeed and grow. Companies like ambitious people.
Thank you, Mark. Did I get the job?
Yes, you are hired.
Yay! Hired means they gave me the job. The opposite is fired. You do not want to be fired. Fired means you lost the job.
Okay, now you have the job. Congratulations. Now you are in the office. You need to talk to your colleagues.
A colleague is a person you work with. You can also say coworker.
Let's imagine we're in a meeting. Meetings are very common.
If you are in a meeting, you need to share your opinion. Mark, how do I say what I think?
You can say simple phrases like, I think that, in my opinion, from my point of view.
For example, in my opinion, we should change the design.
And if I agree with you, I can say, I agree. That's a good point. I think so too.
What if you disagree? What if you think my idea is bad?
You must be polite. Do not say, you are wrong. That is rude. You should say, I see your point, but I'm not sure about that. I beg to differ.
I see your point, but is very common. It means I understand you, but I have a different idea.
Let's practice. Anna, I think we should work on Saturday.
Oh, I see your point, Mark, but I think we are all very tired. We need to rest on the weekend.
See? She disagreed, but she was nice.
Another common situation is asking for help.
Yes, you can say, could you give me a hand? To give a hand is an idiom. It means to help.
Or, do you have a minute? This means, do you have time to talk? We have used a lot of new words today. Let's review the most difficult ones.
Good idea. Let's talk about salary and wage.
Money. Everyone likes money. Salary is the money you get every year or every month. Usually, office workers get a salary. It is a fixed amount.
Yes, even if you work 40 hours or 45 hours, your salary is the same. Wage is usually per hour. For example, the wage is $20 per hour. If you work more hours, you get more money.
Then there is overtime. Overtime is when you work extra hours. If your job is 9 to 5, but you stay until 8 p.m., you are working overtime.
Some people get paid for overtime. Some people do not. Another word is promotion.
A promotion is when you go up. You get a better job in the same company. Maybe you go from assistant to manager.
Usually when you get a promotion, you also get a raise. A raise means an increase in money. Your salary goes up.
I asked my boss for a raise. That is a scary conversation.
It is, but if you work hard, you deserve it. What about the word benefits?
Benefits are the good things you get from the job, other than money. For example, health insurance, a gym membership, or paid holidays.
Paid holidays are very important. Also, sick leave. Sick leave is when you are sick and cannot go to work, but the company still pays you.
And maternity leave, that is for women who have a baby. They take time off work to care for the baby.
For men, it is called paternity leave.
Let's go back to the interview for 1 minute. There's one question we missed. It is, why do you want this job?
Ah, yes. You cannot say, because I need money, even if it is true.
Right. You have to talk about the company. You should do some research. Look at the company website.
You can say, I admire this company's reputation. Reputation is what people think about the company. Is it a good company? Is it famous?
Or you can say, I want to work here because the culture is great. Company culture is the personality of the company. Are they friendly? Do they work as a team?
Here is a good example answer. I want this job because I love your products. I use your app every day. I also know this company offers great training, and I want to learn and grow here.
That is perfect. You showed you know the product, I use your app, and you showed you want to stay. I want to grow here.
Sometimes you need to leave a job. You need to quit or resign.
To quit and to resign mean the same thing. Resign is a little more formal. Quit is more casual.
When you resign, you usually give notice. Notice is a warning. You tell the boss, I am leaving in 2 weeks.
We call this the 2 weeks notice. You write a resignation letter. You say, I am writing to inform you that I am resigning from my position.
And hopefully you leave on good terms. Good terms means you are still friends. You are not angry.
If you leave on good terms, you can ask for a reference. A reference is a letter or a phone call. Your old boss tells your new boss that you are a good worker.
She is hardworking and smart. That's a good reference.
Before we finish, let's answer a question from one of our listeners.
Okay, this question is from Jose in Spain. Jose asks, Hi Anna and Mark, what do I say if I don't understand the interviewer's question? I am scared my English is not good enough.
That is a great question, Jose. It happens to everyone, even native speakers.
Do not pretend to understand. If you don't understand, ask them to repeat. It shows you're honest.
You can say, could you please repeat the question? Or, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Or, could you rephrase that, please?
Rephrase means say it in different words. For example, if the interviewer says, what are your core competencies, and you don't know competencies,
you say, I'm sorry, could you rephrase that? And the interviewer will say, what are your skills? What are you good at?
it is better to ask than to give a crazy answer.
Also, take your time. You don't have to answer immediately. You can say, that's a good question. Let me think for a moment.
This gives you a few seconds to breathe and prepare your English.
Wow, we talked about a lot today. We talked about describing your job, applying, interviewing, and workplace phrases.
I feel ready to apply for a new job. Just kidding. I like my job here at Daily English Dialogues.
I'm happy to hear that, Mark. Let's summarize the main points. 1. Be professional when you say, tell me about yourself.
2. Use the STAR method for strengths. Say the strength, give an example.
3. Be polite in meetings. I see your point, but...
4. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you don't understand.
And remember, vocabulary takes time. Listen to this podcast again. Write down the words like resume, deadline, colleague, and promotion.
Try to use them in a sentence today. Practice in front of the mirror.
If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe to our channel, Daily English Dialogues.
And leave a comment below.
Tell us, what is your dream job? We want to know. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing your English. You are doing a great job.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.